Hey, everybody. Happy Front Row Friday. It's Marilyn Sherman. I hope you can hear me with all the blowing of the leaves. But if I don't do this now, I'm afraid I'm not going to get this out to you. And this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And it's really, really important, especially this time of year. This is about setting your boundaries when you are about to go to an event, go to maybe a family function where there's heightened anxiety and heightened stress. So, as you prepare for the upcoming, perhaps holiday festivities, here are 3 things to think about before you embark on said trip. Number 1, know, set, and respect your boundaries. So if you know the kind of people and the kind of places and the kinds of things that are not good for you, then know what your boundary is and then set that boundary so that when you are asked to do something that goes against your boundary, then it's time for you to speak up and say no. And maybe this year you don't have to attend that family function, or maybe this year you don't have to attend that event. And by the way, you don't need to come up with a reason or justification. You can just say no, because you got to be careful. If you say, oh gosh, the prices this year for airfare are so high, we're just going to not come this year. And if you say that, what would happen if they come back with, oh, we got plenty of points on the airlines, we'll get you a ticket for free. Well, then you're stuck. So you don't have to rationalize, lie, or justify why you choose to stay home or stay away from an invitation. That's number 1. Know, set, and respect your boundary. Number 2 is, let's say you do go to an event and you do know that you're going to be around people who like to push your buttons. And trust me, there are people out there who love to push buttons just to get a rise out of you. So the second suggestion is to divest yourself emotionally when you're in the presence of these people. Now, what does that mean? It sounds simple, but it's not simple. So I want to give you a very specific example. Divesting yourself emotionally is where you are simply in a state of curiosity or in a state of, oh, that's interesting. It's a state of, oh, tell me more about how you came up with that opinion. So you're not emotionally attached to what people are doing to try to push your buttons or to have these heightened conversations that could potentially be caustic or potentially can be conflict inducing. So divest, just come from a place of curiosity, ask questions, and don't be defensive and don't take it personally. A very specific example of what this looks like, I heard recently on the Mel Robbins podcast, where she interviewed Dr. Ramani, who is an expert on dealing with narcissistic behaviors of people who are narcissistic. And she used a very good example about when she goes to a family function and she knows there's going to be someone there who is constantly going to put her down. She knows it, but she's prepared it mentally, and I call it divesting emotionally. She plays a little game in her head. This is not for public consumption. This is a game in her head to help her handle the situation. She just keeps points in her head for every time someone puts her down. And then she gives herself a reward. So let's say 5 points, she gets to go out for ice cream, and 15 points, she gets to go have a massage at the end of the week. So in her mind, she's like, come on, baby, come on, just one more and I get that massage. Now, again, it's only in her head, but imagine the calmness in her body and in her thought process when she's around these people. So I love that example of how you can divest emotionally. So you can still be present with those that you love or those that you choose to be with, but you're not going to go down that rabbit hole of negativity and anger and arguments and heightened sense of anxiety. And then the third suggestion is to have a backup. Have your inner circle, have your best friend on speed dial, have a text to your bestie before you go, maybe while you're there, and maybe a plan to get together when you get back. I can't tell you how important my friends are. When I go through a challenging time, they've always got my back, and they always know that, you know, even strong people need help too. Even helpers need help too. So I let people know I'm going into, you know, a situation, just want to let you know, here's my plan. So thanks for being there for me. So during this heightened sense of potential anxiety, potential stress, remember these 3 things: know, set, and respect your boundaries. Divest yourself emotionally when you're in the presence of people who like to push your buttons, and then have a backup. Use your friends, use your internal your circle of influence, the people that you know, love, and trust, that you can open up your heart to and say, I need some help. And if you don't have anybody like that, then feel free to reach out to me and hopefully I can be there for you. So have an amazing Front Row Friday, everybody. And we will see you very soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.